programmer for the Scriber Senior Center. And guess what? We're 383 members strong. Now we picked a mother-daughter duo because I knew that she cooks for this many people every Sunday, so it's not a big deal, right? As most of them do. And I'm very, very thankful that you guys were able to take on the challenge. Today, as we're walking in, I said, I wonder who came up with this idea. So it's wonderful to see you all, and I'm gonna pass, and we're gonna be working together. I'm gonna ask them hard questions, even questions that I know the answer for. You know that I'm gonna do that, right? So here we go, Rose and Roseanne, it's your show.
Nice. So we're going to have a number of, a few courses, and my mother's going to do all the cooking. And we're going to start off with potato patties, or as we call them vitelli, but I wasn't able to find the translation for that online. So we have 2 cups of mashed potatoes, finely mashed potatoes.
And to this, and to this we add half a cup of flour, less, 1 egg.
So you did it, Rose, you didn't put all the flour because you're going to hold back?
Yes.
Okay.
1 egg.
And Rose, you and I have talked about it before. What's the best potatoes to use for this particular
The best potatoes are dry potato. Never use new potatoes because they hold too much water. And we need a dry potato for this, otherwise you're going to be in trouble.
So Yukon Gold, russet, what are you thinking?
Russet is the best.
These are yellow potatoes.
And we have a couple of gardeners in the midst. I know that either Jimmy or Peter, they're going to have, actually Giovanni too, a lot of potatoes that we could use for vitelli, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
And now we need a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of salt, not too much.
Nothing's ever measured with Italian cooking, right? It's always like
It's really hard putting the recipes together because there are no recipes.
Yeah.
Of course, basil, that's a secret ingredient in
our
almost
basil, look
everything.
how lovely it is.
cooking
Yes.
Tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna put the
basil
sweet
is
basil.
And
we're gonna put it, not too much, fresh garlic, a little spoon.
there you go.
And the garlic contest is this Saturday for anyone who's been growing garlic. The contest is going on at the library. I believe, what is it, 2 o'clock, David, I think? And so bring your garlic in beforehand if you have some. And if you want to grow some, keep following the Facebook page or call me because we're bringing some in.
And we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of cheese, of course.
So grated Parmesan.
And this is it, that's all it is. You're gonna mix it.
Basic ingredients, Roseanne, but they're so delicious. And some people do them in circles. Some people do them in sticks.
And of course you can't do anything unless you have your hands in there.
Got to get your hands in
You
there.
have to get your hands in there.
Awesome.
And there we go. You're ready.
And thanks goes out to the Scriber Public School. We were able to use their facilities and even some of their cookware we're using.
Okay, so to roll them out, we always put a little bit of oil on our hands just to keep it from sticking. And we're going to get about that much and roll them in a ball and make some little patties and into the frying pan.
Turn it on.
It's on.
It's on. Yeah. So how many times a year do you figure you make these, Rose?
Oh, you lose track because it's everybody's favorite, so
You make them often.
we make them a lot, yes.
Pretty well a staple at any
The best
family.
thing about this is you can make it ahead of time, and you can put them in the freezer, and whenever you got company, you just take some out and warm them up, and you're ready. So that's all there is.
It's pretty much a staple at any
Okay.
family gathering, and especially the little ones really like these. So we'll just do one more.
Yeah.
My
We have-
honorary Italian friends like them better than my kids do, actually.
So that's going to be one of our little appetizers.
Okay, I'm gonna take this.
So,
Okay.
We have grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and they take these for a snack in the school.
and you guys can't see it, but they're sizzling nicely. You're into the patella.
So the next little appetizer is our zucchini fritters, and we also call those patella too.
Yes, there's just a different kind of patelli. So basically, patelli, I think, translates to little fried things, right? Oh, lovely. You're gonna. Oh, good job, Rose. I'm happy with that.
Yes.
I wonder if we can get that close shot on that.
Now, a lot of people just let these go to waste. These are very, very special flowers, and you mix it with the zucchini, which you slice them very thin.
Zucchini. Yeah, what kind of flowers? Zucchini.
The zucchini flowers.
So you're gonna pick. I think it's the male zucchinis you pick, and the female zucchinis have an actual zucchini on them, right, Rose?
You don't touch those.
You don't touch those. So
Yes.
every morning you go and you pick them,
Yes.
and she's cleaned them. Show them how you've cleaned them.
Yeah.
So
You take all the little
there's little spikes on them.
spike out. You open them up. Otherwise, you don't know what's inside.
We
You
don't
get
want
a
any
surprise.
critters. We don't want any
So,
critters.
no, you wash them very good, and then you just cut them up. You cut up the zucchini very thin. You add these in. And then you add some chopped onions. And once they're all in there, you put some salt.
Okay, so you did something to the zucchini before. You salted them.
That yes,
and
you
pressed?
put the salt,
What do you do with that?
and then you put a little dish on top, like a little weight, and you get a lot of water there.
So you're actually putting the sliced zucchini, the sliced onion, and the sliced flowers. When do we put the basil? Do you put it now or after?
After,
After.
yes,
And so you're gonna salt it,
you
and then-
salt and you leave it for a couple hours.
almost like a marinade of sorts,
Yes.
right?
Then you drain all the water, and you put this into your batter. What about the butter?
Do you want me to read off what's in the Rose ones? Rose, do you want to read off?
And it looks like this. Very, very soft.
Beautiful. It's like the miracle of television, eh? It's got different stages all done for us. And your patelli are
So
smelling
what are
really
you
good.
gonna? So to the batter, you're going to have 2 eggs.
We have 2 eggs in here.
Yeah, we know you've got some veterans out there that have done it lots. But still nice to see, eh? There's different things. Yeah, different things, different recipes.
Thank you.
Kind of the same basics. Want me to clip this for you, Ro?
Mm-hmm, please.
So it's about 2 cups of thinly sliced zucchini that she put in a colander and put a weight on top after she salted it.
Come over here.
And
sit.
it,
It's on film.
It drew the water out.
You put some cheese in
And
there.
then she's making a batter with 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. So it's going to be like a pancake batter.
Almost.
Yes.
There.
Some flour till it's that consistency of pancakes.
So she doesn't,
You have
you
your
don't
thinly
measure that
sliced
at all,
onion.
eh, Rose?
No, you have to add your flour until it's like a pancake batter.
You know that means you have to live forever, right?
What's that?
Well, because you're doing it just guesswork, right? So, you know, anybody who does this kind of guesswork, you gotta live forever. I'm sorry.
We got
Oh, look, he's ready. No, we're coming soon, I promise. Soon, soon, soon. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
Okay, so these are the potato ones.
And you usually, do you sprinkle cheese on them, Rose?
Yeah, for
and in
sure.
the batter you add a cup of water.
So that's the potato patties.
Ooh, ah.
More flour.
So, wrong one. That's okay. Do you want us to start plating now?
Yeah. They're ready.
Well, we should
No.
fry them.
Fry
the
one,
chili
fry
first,
a
yeah?
couple of these. Okay. And then you add your flour, your zucchini, your onions.
They're yummy, actually. The flour's yummy. I don't usually put the onions. That's something
Oh,
different.
the
for me.
onions to
Yeah,
give you a
I'm gonna
nice
have to try
flavor.
that.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all there is to it.
So do you spoon it in, or do you use? Yeah.
So by a big spoonful. So we just spoon the batter in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a pancake. All right. And we can fry those up.
You're good.
Muy potato.
Yeah. There when it's done. And with no formaggio. Yes. I'll take that. Thank you.
What are your pictures today, you know?
It's important that you fry these in hot oil. And they have to be hot, and they have to be enough oil, about 1/4 of an inch.
So like a king. How many? Two.
No, two.
Oh, you're gonna get fancy?
No, I'll do three.
All right.
I'm gonna start it.
Okay. Yep. Thanks, Rose. Move it over.
One of them battery clocks.
These are the results of, you have them on the table there.
Back once, bring it back out. Roll your own zucchini. What do you grind?
Always use the beautiful flowers that you get in the zucchini.
Yes, sir?
I had no idea you could eat those flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, if you go to restaurant now, it's a delicacy.
Oh, is that right?
You pay an arm and a leg for one of those.
Oh.
Keep going.
Yeah, we still want.
Serve with us, I got some colors.
So, while you're enjoying those, we're going to go to the tomato sauce. So she's already cooked, slowly cooked and browned some couple of beef ribs and some onion and garlic. And now she's going to put in the tomato. And this is our new favorite tomato. It's already pureed in the jar. And just pour that in.
There's no seeds, there's nothing in it.
And a little bit of water.
Rosanna, I just wanted to see, can we see this? Which camera are we working on? This one right here. This is, you're all wondering what everyone, we have 21 wonderful seniors we have, and I'm going to do that announcement shortly about who's here. And this is what they're eating right now. Isn't this fun? It's so fun. Is it good, guys? Is it wonderful? Yeah. Awesome. Do I do that?
All right, so just to go over the tomato sauce again, it was a couple of beef braising ribs, or you can use other kind of meat, a medium onion, and it was slowly browned in about a 1/4 cup of oil, some salt, pepper, garlic, fresh basil, of course, and then a jar of the pureed tomatoes. And then you're going to bring that to a bubble and simmer it for about how long, Mom?
Oh, about an hour. And that's the
About
results
an hour,
right
and
there.
she made one this morning. That looks delicious.
Awesome.
Okay. So, with that, we're gonna go on to the meatballs. Okay, so where's the camera there?
Right there, you're there.
So we have a package of ground pork that I got at Costa's. You know, it's in the window. And she's going to add to the pork. You could also use ground beef, or you can mix beef and pork. Everybody does them their own way. And a teaspoon of salt, pepper, garlic. Are you noticing the same theme on all the
Yeah, basic, very
Dishes.
basic ingredients, but
garlic?
Garlic.
Okay, and some basil. And you gotta have one of these on hand, because this is a secret ingredient to everything. And I'm not really good at chopping, but all right, and
To
2
this-
eggs.
To this, we add 2 eggs.
it's a lot of joy, Rose, cooking and knowing that generations and generations are going to enjoy it, right?
I hope
You have
so.
great grandbabies, I know you do, and yeah,
Okay,
just
and
so-
about a cup of breadcrumbs,
A 1/2 cup is good.
half a cup, she says, and a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. That's why you can't get a recipe off these people.
No, no.
And again with the grated cheese.
And again, you have to
You
use
gotta
your
get your
hand.
hands in there.
And they're done.
There you go, awesome.
So fast. And okay, so we're not going to make just ordinary meatballs out of these, because we're going to put them in our lasagna for our meat. So you're going to get this much, and again, roll them in tiny meatballs and drop them in the oil. So what I usually do is do the whole pan of little tiny meatballs and then dump them all into the oil.
And if you know Mrs. Pellegrino, Roseanne, she makes them perfect. It's kind of what she does.
Uniform.
If you think it's too much work, make them when you have your favorite show on television and you just sit there at the kitchen table
That's
and
awesome.
before you know they're done. That's what I do.
Okay.
There we go, and they're ready.
These are our ready
The
meatballs.
results.
And again, you can make these ahead of time, put them in the freezer. My grandson in Victoria has a container of these on hand all the
You
time.
just eat them like that?
Or if you make
soup or in pasta, or he just eats them like that.
Yeah, we're getting off the work. I'm just gonna take a quick second, Rose, because I was amiss, and I know it's not live streaming at this point, but I'm sorry about that. First of all, just to welcome our mayor, Kevin Mullins, Councillor Dan McGrath, Councillor Doug Stefirk was supposed to be here, he didn't make it, somebody call him, he can make it for the lasagna. Councillor Doug Sales and Councillor Dave Morrow just stepped out with his little girl. Our CAO is Nathan Diaz. We also have some helpers here. Kathy Coyle is in the back. She's trying to get on to be able to help. Are you doing it? Yeah. And Ted Jordan. Yeah, for sure. Carolyn Scott is here. And
We can
Tammy Ivey is here as well. Tammy, where are you? There she is. Tammy is our new director of operations. And for those of you who don't know what that is, she replaced Red Fair Service. And she's my boss. So the rest of you know each other, but I just
So I
wanted to
gotta
make
make
sure that we welcome the dignitaries. Derek, it's all back to you.
Now we hope it's everybody's favorite lasagna, and I demonstrate how.
You're gonna make the dough first? Oh, okay. So the pasta dough, it's for one person, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of oil, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 2 cups of flour. And you knead that and let it rest for 10 minutes. And she's made the dough already. And then it goes into the machine.
Pasta machine.
So she's starting off at a thicker press. And she's going to keep moving it down.
Isn't that cool? You do pierogies with it too. Yeah. Interesting, your mom had said before, Rose,
This way, so
you
they
said it was your present from your dad. Each of
Yes.
you got a present.
Yes.
The pasta machine was given to her when she, I guess when you first got married? Is that when?
Well, over 60 some years ago I had
So that's a
this.
present from her dad. Yeah, isn't that wonderful? And each of them.
We got a lot of use out of this.
Yeah, make sure.
And then you move to number 5, and it's thinner. Of course, you got to put flour every time you put it through.
And I've made this dough, and even if it looks rough and not quite right, it always works out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Some people use a 00 flour, a finer flour, or a semolina flour. This is just ordinary flour, and it works out just nicely. So usually we'll get a little longer pieces for lasagna noodles, and we've got some over there on the cloth that are already ready. You can lay it on a tablecloth with a lot of flour till you're ready to boil it.
Yeah.
And then instead of a sheet of lasagna dough, you would make,
The fettuccine.
you switch it to here and give it a roll. And then you have fettuccine noodles. And you would lay these out with a lot of flour on a cloth until you're ready to cook. My favorite. Cooked in salted water.
Or you can make spaghettini.
So the lasagna noodles are going to go in the
Very, very good.
boiled salted water for about 3 minutes, Mom, to cook the
Yes,
lasagna noodles.
3 minutes.
3 minutes is all it takes to cook the pasta or the fettuccine, whatever shape you have. Okay, and while she's cooked, she's going to be putting lasagna together, and I'm going to do chicken cutlets for you. I bought one for about $25 in Thunder Bay, so, and it works just as well. So again, with cutlets, I'm using chicken breast, but you can use beef cutlets that are already cut for you at the butcher shop, or you can use pork cutlets, whatever you like. So the chicken breasts I'm going to slice because we like them thin. And if they're a little bit frozen, it's easier to cut also. So we're going to just make a thin slice out of them. So you can get probably 3 out of a chicken breast if you want them a little thicker. I do them on the small side. I usually get about 6. So you're going to salt and pepper each side. All right, so I'm going to dredge it in flour, a little bit of flour to keep the juices in, and then it's dipped in egg, and you could add a little bit of milk to this to thin it out. And of course, there's basil in the egg, again with the secret ingredient. Okay, so you have the nicely floured, and guess what? We're going to fry this too. The noodles were boiled for 3 minutes, and then she drained them. It's tricky work while they're hot. And then put a layer of the pasta.
Ready? It's coming, it's coming. You know, this reminds me of my
You're
aunt.
gonna roughly layer the pasta into the pan and coat it with tomato sauce.
The cheese, please.
Certainly.
Yeah, those are good.
Should I pull it out? Do you have a dish?
Okay. And then you're going to add the little meatballs. Sprinkle a few. A little bit of mozzarella grated. And more Parmesan cheese. And now she's going to go to the next layer.
Okay, and the lasagna is ready.
And you keep going until your pan's full.
Can I switch off the oil roll?
I'll move the oil.
The other day, I was there.
And the lasagna is ready.
By the miracle of television, right?
We should give it to a little wee dog to look at the So 3 days later, we're down at Air Street walking on the
you take that
boardwalk.
one,
This little dog comes barking at us.
So Rose, I remember my aunt, Big Frank's wife, my Aunt Rose, from Ann Street, for those of you who are local, she used to do this Christmas Eve for us to eat Christmas Day every year. And she would roll it out when you sprinkled the flour on the towel. It reminded me of my Auntie Rose. And she would load it on her bed. They would put it on the bed. And then we would
If you
run.
don't have an extra table, dining room table,
Yeah.
I have the extra room and an extra big table. So I'm just gonna layer on my
Yeah.
table and it's all ready.
It's beautiful, yeah. And this is very much the way we make it with the
And
baby
it's not
meatballs.
Christmas unless you make the homemade.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
We have had, because my family, you guys all know my family's in Southern Ontario, and we've had lasagna from the highest, most expensive restaurants, and I'm sure it won't touch
If
this.
anybody want more sauce on the lasagna, by all means,
have a
there's
bowl?
plenty in there. I think that's a good idea.
Right here. So a special treat for dessert. I know you guys are still finishing, and don't rush. All we got is time, man. It's all good. Take your time eating, and Rose is going to do a little demo on an Italian dessert. And when she told me this, I was saying something easier, but she took on the challenge. It's called Tiramisu, and you're going to explain it to them, Rose.
Tiramisu means pick me up. It makes you happy to eat it, and it's just a nice pick me up. So you're going to start with a 13 by 9 cake pan, and I have I should show you. These are lady fingers, which unfortunately I don't see in the store here. I got them at Metro. So you need a package of these for your recipe. And
So they're almost like, they call them Saviardi biscuits, but it's
Yes,
almost
for
like a
lady
sponge
fingers.
cookie.
Lady finger is
okay.
more.
So my husband prepared some espresso coffee. You can also use strong coffee. And I'm going to pour it in the bowl. And what I did was dip, I'll show you later, but you dip the lady fingers in the coffee and do a layer on the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to whip 4 egg yolks. And 1/3 of a cup of sugar. So it's not too sweet a dessert.
No. You named your KitchenAid?
No.
Some people, yeah, mine's called the Beast. This is a favorite at the Carlino house.
Okay, and then I'm going to add in a tub of mascarpone cheese. Also, you can't get it here. I have to get it in Thunder Bay. You can also Google different recipes that use cream cheese,
But this
which
is
is
better.
also good.
This is better.
But today we're going to use the real thing. And this is like a cream cheese.
Some reason, Rose, it's got a creamier texture or something. It does. I've tried the cream cheese. This works better. This works better. We used to be able to get it here.
Yeah, but I guess it doesn't sell enough.
No.
So really, I need that bowl, 2 of those bowls. So I'm going to mix that with the egg yolks. The one they use for the sauce. It goes very quickly. And now I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of Kahlua, which is a coffee liqueur. And with that, My husband says I'm messy in the kitchen, and that's because he cleans up after me, so I don't have to be very neat.
That's a wonderful relationship there, Rose.
Works, yeah.
Yeah, can knock what works. How many years?
45 last July.
I think it's okay. I think she's not going to train somebody else. It's too late.
And no, too much work.
Too much work.
Give that a little whip. And into that, I'm going to fold in the 4 egg whites that I did earlier. And you don't have to mix those. Just fold it with your spatula.
So what do you think about the kitchen here at the public school, Rose?
No, it's very
Isn't
nice.
it lovely?
Yes, beautiful.
And we're done with this. Okay, so this mixture I like to put in 2 bowls so I know that I'm getting the same amount on both layers.
She's very perfect, right? Remember, did I mention that already?
I think so.
Ever walk on that first walking tour?
You get me some cocoa in the sieve. The cocoa in the sieve. Sieve. Okay. So I've got 2 even amounts of the cream mixture, so I'm going to pour that onto the cookies.
So how much in advance would you make this, Rose?
It has to sit for 2 hours or overnight in the fridge.
Now, she's not going to make you guys wait for 2 hours to eat your dessert. But if you go visit her tomorrow, you might be able to get a second piece.
I know.
So you do cocoa on every layer? Or no, the top layer? That's what
Okay. So again with the lady fingers, I'm just going to dip them quickly in the coffee and do another layer. And the other package. Just quickly dip it in the coffee.
Oh, here, I can take that. You have the one, eh? Also, the only picture we have not for what guys
We have one already. That I remember.
So you have the model they told me to get.
They're right here.
Oh, okay, so you're good?
And a little more coffee. My husband's in charge of the espresso at our house. He does that very well. That's always a special treat. And the other layer of the cream mixture on top.
You want to do it now? Yeah. I'll just go for a walk. Yeah. I just broke Rose's heart because I forgot the buns. Does anybody want a bun? Nobody forgot the bun. That's why the butter was on the table.
That's what the butter was there, and I go, oh.
Didn't anybody wonder about the butter?
Nobody asks for bread.
And for the topping, it's just cocoa I have in this little sieve and just sprinkled on top.
Do you want to take it home?
Want one more? Well, I don't want two. Here, deal.
Do you want a knife for the butter, or? Oh, I'll get you.
And here's the finished dessert. So that'll sit for 2 hours or overnight before you serve it. And that recipe actually came from my daughter-in-law who isn't Italian.
Work for half an hour.
Did you have fun?
Oh, we had lots of fun.
It was fun, was it fun? See, the ladies had fun doing this for you guys. Isn't that awesome?
We always enjoy feeding people.
Thank you, thank you. I want to thank you again for taking a huge chunk out of your day and out of your couple of weeks and getting this all ready for us. I think it was perfect. I think it was perfect. I don't know what everybody else thinks. But thank you again, and anything you would like to add?
Well, hopefully we can get the recipes online if people want to try
So
them.
people have been asking me, is there going to be recipes, and you do share?
Yes, they're all ready.
They're all ready to be shared with you guys. So as soon as we have them, probably an email on the senior center, you'll get an email and they'll be attached. We could do that if you want. We'll find a way. We'll get you the recipes. In the meantime, I think you all enjoyed yourselves.
I hope you guys enjoy yourselves.
And I just so appreciate that you were able to come out. I so appreciate you were able to come out.
Thank you for coming out.
And take your time. There's coffee, there's tea. Enjoy. Thank you.
Are you guys enjoying the food?
Oh, yeah, good. Very good.
Top of the line.
God, it was fabulous. Thank you. It was just awesome. Those girls are awesome.
Enjoyed 100%.
Very much.
Beautiful dinner. They've done a very good job, my sister and Roseanne. And thank you for the township of Trevor. Take care of that senior,
Nicely done.
Very nice.
Beautiful dinner and beautiful company. Thank you, township and the chief class. The legend are beautiful. We appreciate so much.